number one, which is, I believe, Jennifer Wicks. If you're there, I'm going to be bringing you in.
It
Yep.
is, Nick.
All right. Perfect.
You there?
Yep. I got Jennifer. I'm just going to ask her to unmute.
I did. I think I did.
Oh, there we go.
I can hear you.
You're good to go. And Nick, you're good too.
All right.
Name and address for the record.
You're echoing. Oh my God.
Oh, if you have feedback, if you're watching this on something else or using your phone, you got to move the phone, the other thing away from this computer.
I don't think I have any.
Okay. Oh, you're okay.
No, you sound good now.
You sound okay.
I do?
Just need you.
Okay, I'm echoing a little here, but
Okay. Name and address for the record, please.
Jennifer Wicks, 200 Bellevue Avenue, Santa Maria.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay. For the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 27, 2020. Environmental control memo dated July 28, 2020. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. Suffolk County planning memo dated July 10, 2020. Decision of local determination. Take no position for or against. A survey by Elizabeth McQuilkin. Tax map acting as an area map. And
Mickey, I forgot the file.
okay, yeah, we don't have that. Okay.
Get back to you.
Okay. What would you like to tell us about the application?
Oh my gosh. Do you not hear that echo?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's an application to reduce the side yard from a required 6 feet to 5 feet 1 inch, and the area of the garage from 30% to 42%. Sorry.
So we have
Nikki,
to
we have
amend
to
that.
correct the numbers.
I'm sorry?
The square footage numbers are off. The garage should be only over, we should delete number 3. Instead of 250 square feet to 592, it should be 408.
What number 3?
There's number 2.
Number 2 on the variances.
Number 2. So I'll make a motion to amend the application to read increase area of private garage from 250 square feet to, what was it, Kate?
592.
408.
408.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wait, are we sure it's 408? I think it's 592. I just think
You wrote, this is on your memo. I'm reading your memo.
Oh man, gonna get myself in trouble here.
It's. I'm reading.
No,
it.
that's the
Sorry.
original. The original garage was 408. The new one is now 592.
Okay, so leave it to 592.
So we'll leave it to 592?
Yes.
Doesn't need to be amended. Okay, strike that. Okay, turn the hearing over to Mr. Rigney.
Good evening.
Hello.
Okay, so just tell me a little bit about this garage.
The garage has been there since the 90s. I guess through trying to sell the house, this has come up.
So you're trying to sell and that's what triggered this?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's Timothy Smith?
I'm the agent for Timothy Smith.
I'm sorry?
I'm the agent for Timothy
Oh.
Smith.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I got no further questions here.
Any other questions from the board?
No. Good.
Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing. Reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week for any further comments, and you'll get the decision in the mail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Night.
Brian, number 2 there.
Sorry, I'm using a speaker because it's a little low on my computer, so I don't want to echo. But I'm bringing in Amanda for application number 2. And there's also a rep here noted, but I don't see them in the waiting room or as an attendee. So give me 1 second. I'm looking for James Lerner, 516-876. James Lerner. I don't see him. Yeah, I don't see him yet. So where we got? Do we have Amanda?
This is Amanda Hoyt.
Yeah, Amanda Hoyt.
There we go.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? Is James
Thanks.
joining us as well?
Yeah, he's actually
here.
with me. I don't
Oh,
know if
perfect.
he is or
Perfect.
not.
All right, perfect. You can add video if you'd like, or share your screen.
Sure.
Otherwise,
I don't know how to do that. Let me see. Start
either
video.
way, whatever works for you guys. There you
Okay,
go.
there we
There you
go.
go.
Oh, okay. If you
Alright,
can't
there
see
you go.
me, she's much better to look at.
Okay. Use your name and address for the record, please.
Sure, 595 Pine Lawn Avenue in Copaig, and that's my husband, Chad.
And your name.
Amanda Hoyt.
Okay, just for the record. For the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 27, 2020. Environmental control memo dated July 28, 2020. Approve this application will not result in significant impact. And that's all we have. Would you like to tell us about the application?
Okay. You want me, James Lerner, 424 Madison Street,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Westbury, New York. I am the architect.
Okay, and you confirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to tell us about the application?
Okay. One of the parts of it is the cellar entrance, which violates the side yard setback, the 10-foot south side yard by about 1.25 feet. And the cellar entrance was there when Amanda and Chad bought the house. And since we're doing a rear addition with a crawl space, the only way to comply with the cellar entrance would be to eliminate that, which as an architect, I don't like to do that. I like a second means of egress to any basement. The second thing is the house is on a lot that's slightly undersized. The existing house is at that 24.9 feet in both sides, Kensington and Pine Lawn. And we are not going, and in fact, the addition actually going back is going to be a little bit further from the street than the existing house because the lot is slightly pie shaped. So we're not going anywhere closer than where the existing house is. One of the questions that are always asked is there another way of doing what you're looking to do and comply with the zoning? And we really can't do that. They have 3 children. Chad and Amanda have 3 children. The house is getting very small. So all we're doing is we're going back directly from the house and we're maintaining the setbacks that were there before the addition. I had heard before there was a question about a kitchen on the second floor. We're not adding a kitchen. All we're adding is bedrooms on the second floor. Bedrooms and a laundry room.
Okay, turn the hearing over to Mr. Delvecchio.
You basically just answered one of my questions about the kitchen. So you guys are just keeping with the existing outline and putting a second story addition and a rear addition?
That's correct.
And the cellar entrance that's already existing?
That's existing and we've never had no complaints about it. No neighbors,
Yeah, that was on the survey when I had bought the house.
Okay, I have no question, Chairman.
Any other questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay, we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week. Further comments, and you'll get the decision in the mail. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I have Tahir and Mehmet coming in for application number 2. Application
Great.
number 3 and 20-71. I'm going to bring them in now. 1 sec. Oh. All right. right.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Mehmet Akhtar, 76 West 2nd Street, Deer Park, New York.
And do you affirm to tell the
Application
truth?
number, yes.
Okay. All right. So for the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 27th, 2020. Department of Environmental Control memo dated July 28th, 2020. Approve this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Michael Scalise, dated January 30th, 2020. Tax map acting as an area map, and we don't have, and that's it. What would you like to tell us about the application?
Hi, yes, I am requesting this project because I need more space. I live with my elderly parents. I recently had a child as well. So I want to build a second floor to the existing building's footprint. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Correcchio.
Thank you. I see that the second story addition is going to go exactly on top of the first story. No overhangs or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
Okay, the balcony, the second story balcony. It's kind of close on the side, on the south side of the property. It's 7.9 feet. And there's a staircase coming down. I don't have a set of plans here. I just have the survey. So how close does the staircase come to the property line?
To the property line?
Yeah, you have 7.9 feet to the balcony or to the actual end of the home and to the balcony. You're proposing that the balcony comes right to the edge of the house, the second story addition. And now you're also asking for a staircase. Where is the staircase going?
It
Well, the
maintains
inside-
the same setback.
Say again, please.
Yeah.
Can I jump in? I'm the engineer for the job. Can I answer the question?
First, I need you to name and address for the record, please.
My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm the engineer for the project. Address 27 Casey Lane, Mount Sinai, New York, 11766.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Pam, did you get the name?
I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
What would you like to tell us?
The setback of 7.9 will be maintained as existing for the second floor. The stairs and the deck in the back actually would be further from the property line than the existing line of the house. So it's going to be about 7.9 plus something, including the stairs.
So the stairs
We are not proposing to reduce the setbacks.
Okay, so the staircase is going to be within that 7.9 feet from the south side of the property.
Yes, it will maintain more than 7.9 setback from the side.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application?
There's no one, sir.
For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week. All right? You'll get the decision in the mail. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Yes, I have.
All right, next up. Oh, we ready?
Yep, we're ready. I'm bringing in John for
Yes, I do.
application number 4.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I prefer. Yes, I do.
Name and address for the record?
Give him a sec. Give him a sec.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
You like a
I
cookie?
need your name and address for the record, please.
John Stalakis, Farrell Fritz, 100 Motor Parkway, Suite 300, Hauppauge, New York, 11788.
Okay. For the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 27, 2020. Environmental control memo dated July 28, 2020. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. Survey by Jack Allison Hall dated December 1977. Tax map acting as an area map, and
That's it.
set of plans for the sign. Okay, would you like to tell us about the application?
Sure. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. My name is John Stalakis. I'm an associate attorney with Farrell Fritz, and we represent the applicant, Sunrise Plaza Associates, LP. This application is to renew a variance for a multi-tenant ground sign which permits a sign area of 13 square feet where 75 square feet is permitted. The site is located at 52 through 66 East Sunrise Highway in Lindenhurst, between North Clinton and North Broome Avenues, and more particularly described on the tax map as District 100, Section 207, Block 3, Lot 19.5. I have a presentation booklet, if you would indulge me. I'll share my screen if that's all right.
That's fine.
And if anything's moving too fast or you have any questions, please stop me.
Okay.
Exhibit 1 is going to show the premises from a Google Map image. That's not a
Can't
good.
really see it, but we know the property.
Yeah, we're pretty familiar with this property, so, you know, that's fine.
All right. Thank you. Exhibit 2 is going to show a satellite image. If you're familiar with the property, you get that one. And Exhibit 3 shows the tax map of the premises and the surrounding properties as well. The site is zoned business EB and comprised of approximately 50,000 square feet with approximately 19,000 square feet of commercial building. Exhibit 4 is the survey that you just referenced, which depicts the premises and the parking lot. Unfortunately, the screen share is not going well because it's shrunken down, but you have it, you said, correct?
We have that survey, yes.
Exhibit 5 shows the plan signs, which I believe you also have.
We
I'll
have.
scroll through quickly.
Yep.
Okay. This site is operated in conjunction with the 2 neighboring commercial sites whose tenants are also displayed on the sign. Exhibit 6 is going to show the sign with photographs that were taken on Tuesday, the 28th. The first photograph is facing eastbound on Sunrise Highway. The second photograph is facing westbound along Sunrise Highway. And the next 2 photographs are just a little farther away, depicting a larger view in either direction. In April 2010, this board granted the sign variance for 1 year. Thereafter, in May 2011, May 2014, and May 2017, this board granted renewals for the sign variance for 3-year periods, respectively. Copies of these approvals, together with the Planning Division's memo for 2017, are at Exhibit 7. And a copy of the deed is at Exhibit 8, just for reference. If the board wishes, I'm happy to discuss the 5 factors for area variance analyses.
I think we're okay.
We're okay with that. Yeah.
Well, then I appreciate your time. I ask that you grant the renewal, and I also respectfully request, if possible, that the board grant a longer permission from 3 years to 5 years. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Rigney.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I don't have any questions for the gentleman.
So this is just a renewal. Everything's the
Yeah.
same with the signs.
Nothing really changed.
Nothing's changed there, right?
No.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
Nope.
Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. So we're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. We're going to keep the record open for 1 week for any further comments, and you'll get the decision in the mail. Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you, Don. All right, we have the last attendee I'm going to be bringing in. That's Mr. Nadir, I believe. Give me 1 sec. All right. Hello. Hello, Nasir.
Hello? This isn't Nasir. This is Desmond Mullins. I'm representing Nasir. He's hopping on the call right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Need your name and address for the record, please.
Do you want me to give mine, or do you want to wait
Yeah,
for Nasir?
you're going to present, right?
No, he's the one presenting. He's the applicant coming in.
Oh, I got him. I'm bringing
Got
him in
him?
now. Yep.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hi,
Nasir?
this is Nasir Udin. Yes.
Okay. I need your name and address for the record, please.
Nasir Udin, 125 West 13th Street, Deer Park, New York, 11729.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay. For the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 27th, 2020. Environmental control memo dated July 29th, 2020. Approved this application will not result in significant impact, but you should be, there's a couple of comments on here about storage of fluids and stuff, but there's also a comment on here about you should be cognizant of the residential neighbors to the south and the west. We do not have fire marshal's report on this application, so we're going to need to get that before we can move the application. We have a survey by Thomas Matarazzo dated October 18th, 2010, tax map acting as an area map. And what would you like to tell us about the application?
Basically, it's just a used car operation and repair facility. So, we're going to have cars for sale. We're going to repair some in the lots. Basically, it's more wholesale than retail. Usually a truck comes in, picks up cars, drops them off, and really that's all it is. It's nothing, nothing more than a normal out of the way.
Okay, turn the hearing over to Mr. Kretschmer.
So you're saying it's more wholesale than retail. You're using the internal area of the building for a showroom for retail? Okay, so you have a retail license also. A dealer's license is retail or wholesale?
Right now it's wholesale. I can't convert it to retail until I have zoning.
Okay, and they're going to allow you to have internal showroom area as opposed to a lot for display?
Yeah. Well, they said there's a chain fence there. I gotta have more than 6 parking spots behind the fence, which we have already.
But that's outdoor storage then?
Yes.
Okay, because there was something in here about requesting outside storage. Right now, you're not requesting any outside storage at this point.
Yeah, there'll be indoor, outdoor storage. It's gonna be about 35, 40 cars on the premises.
Okay, let me just read this application to see.
So,
Can we ask planning if that was part of the application?
That was not part of the application. The applicant did not request outdoor storage and did not show an area where he'd be storing the cars.
Right,
Thank you.
specifically says that right here. Around the back of the building, you said there's a fenced-in area?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I guess you'd have to apply for that outdoor storage because it's not on this application here, the way I see it anyway.
And we need to see revised plans showing the location.
And we would also probably need a parking variance too.
Yeah, we would. We definitely would.
Okay, the other question I have is you said that there'll be trucks unloading and loading. Where do you plan on a truck? I mean, Long Island Avenue, there's really no parking in front of that building to unload and load cars off a trailer. I guess you'd have to go
it'll be on the side of the building.
Yeah,
on the side street. No, on the side street.
Okay. Just take into consideration that there's some residential areas over there that you need to.
And these trucks are in and out all day. They're just like they're transporters. They work on whatever schedule we have to have 24-hour pickup and drop off. So they're going to be in and out anytime.
Right, but you need to have consideration for the neighbors as far as trucks going down the side street there.
I don't believe this application is right for the board's consideration. It needs major revisions.
Absolutely. This needs a lot of work.
All right, I agree. Okay. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions at this time.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
Not at this time.
As would anyone like to be heard on this application? Okay, you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on this. This is gonna need a lot of revisions and it's gonna need some more variance relief. I suggest that you get in touch with the planning department, and get this thing squared away as far as what you're doing here and how you're doing it and where you're doing it. You know, just unloading cars 24/7 is just probably not gonna work.
No.
Well, at this point, I'm out of fumes, it's just with all this pandemic and this has been ongoing for 4 months, 5 months, I've thousands into this thing and the place still needs a lot of money. And now I got to go back to the drawing board. I do multiple jobs trying to start something on my own. This is going to be very complicated.
It's really not going to be that complicated. We'll speak with your architect and we'll get this thing figured out. You just need to have the right information on paper. You were requesting, the wrong variance. If you are going to have storage, you need this board's approval, and you need to show that as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Otherwise, I can't get the dealer license either. So, okay.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We can go right to the bottom of page 8. Everything on page 5 remains reserved. Everything on page 6 remains reserved. And so does Christie's Smoke Shop on page 7. So moving on to page 8. The top of the page is Service Tire Truck Centers. That remains reserved. It's still pending fire marshal approval. So the first application for your consideration tonight is 20-004A, and then on the next page, 20-004B. These are the 2 lots located in West Babylon. They are both individual tax map lots, and they were substandard prior to the adoption of the zoning code. However, because they were once held in common ownership, they did merge as a matter of law, and that's why the applicant needed to come to this board to request a subdivision in order to develop both lots. And I don't know if the board was ready to make a decision on this or consider any other, anything else.
Yeah, there was a couple of letters on this one too. And some of the stuff they're saying on here is really not correct. They were talking something about 4 houses. It's only 2 houses and they are 60 by 100. And the distance between the houses, they're not even requesting variances for side yards here. They're both 13 feet on either side. It's in a C zone, so, it doesn't, I don't know.
It looks like,
this is you.
I'm torn on this one because I don't think it would. I don't think it'll set a precedent for the area because I don't think there's any other lots of this size. But nonetheless, I don't think a case was made for the subdivision either.
it's not a subdivision though, right?
It's actually a subdivision because they merged as a matter of law
Okay.
because of the common ownership in past years. So in the title search for the single and separate in the title search at one time, the lots were owned in common ownership and therefore under town code, there was a merger.
I think there's 260s right behind these 2, aren't there?
Yep, I live in Columbus, right behind them. And the 2 houses that are directly behind those 2 pieces of property are the same exact size
Yes,
as that property, 60 by
but
100.
I asked Nicole about that, and she agreed that they've been there for quite a while. It wasn't there. She didn't bring up any that have been approved by a variance. These existed probably before the need for a variance existed.
Correct.
So
I think it would be an improvement to the area.
would one house.
All right, you want to hold this?
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
I can also check to see if there were variances granted on those other two lots.
Nicole's pretty good. If they had a variance, she would have come up with it.
Usually she would have it, but
Yeah,
if you could check, that might be helpful though, Brian, just to,
thank you, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she'd be asking me and Kate, so.
There
you go.
Either
All right.
Brian's gonna do it or I'm gonna do it.
Somebody do it.
What do you do? How's that?
I'm putting down
I
for
got it.
Brian on this one.
I got
Okay, he
2
volunteered.
seconds.
You might want to go back to council and ask for a radius map to see if within 500 feet or 1,000 feet, whatever, if there's any other similarly situated variances that were requested.
I think she's provided one, but I'm not sure.
All right, Brian and I will work on it next week.
We'll work on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to page 10. The application is 20-068. The property is located in North Babylon. If approved, planning had recommended subject to a condition that the building not be used for manufacturing or assembly. This was the issue with the cabinet making in the garage.
Cabinet breaking in the garage.
Properties in North Babylon.
We're good with it?
It's up to you, John.
Yeah.
You know
Mr.
he's gotta
Chairman, I'll
continue.
make a motion to approve application 20-068.
Second.
You need.
Condition that the building,
We need a condition that the building not be used for,
With the conditions set forth by the attorney.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 20-069, this property is located in Deer Park. This is proposed with the addition of the sunroom, and if approved, planning recommends, subject to a condition, the sunroom not be heated. The property is in Deer Park.
John?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve application 20069 with the condition that the sunroom not be heated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 20-070. This property is located in Deer Park. If approved, planning recommends a condition that if the shed is ever moved, it be rebuilt in a conforming location. There were no comments received.
John?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve application 20070 with the condition that if the shed be moved, it's to be rebuilt in a conforming location.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Application 20-067, this property is located in West Babylon. There were a number of variances requested. The one that is objectionable to planning was for the carport. The board asked if the carport could be removed. It was not agreed to, but planning is recommending denial of the variance number 5, requesting the variance for the carport, or perhaps making, if the board chooses to approve, making it subject to the removal of the carport, and also the condition that if the shed is ever moved, it's rebuilt in a conforming location. This is located in West Babylon.
Tom?
it is a particularly unattractive carport.
Being kind.
I will make a recommendation, or I'll make a motion to approve variance requests 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and refer to council variance request number 5 to diminish distance to south side yard from 6 feet to 1.4 feet for the carport, with a condition that the shed is ever moved, it be rebuilt in a conforming location.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Thank you. The application is 20-049. It is located in North Babylon. This was the request to lift the covenant that applicant shall not rent the upstairs. Planning's recommendation is that if that covenant is removed, a new one is added that states the subject premises are to be owner occupied either through first-story business use or second-story apartment. Ownership requirement shall be satisfied by the property owner's personal use and occupancy of either unit. The property is in North Babylon.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve 20-049 with council's recommendations for the new covenants and restrictions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just couldn't repeat all that.
You didn't need to. The application is 20. Yep, that's it, 20-065. This is educational bus transportation. This was the application presented by Steve Kretz last week. There was discussion about if this is approved, trying to match up this approval with the current approval that expires in January of 2021. So I'm deferring to planning to understand what wording would need to be adopted in order to do that.
So their original approval expires in January of 2021, like Pam said, and this approval would supersede it, if you ask me, because the application was for the entire facility. What?
So it was for the entire thing or just the expansion?
I'll grab the agenda from last week, but I believe it was for the entire thing, so we could kind of start following that. If that's my opinion, but I'll piggyback. And
the problem is ownership. They own it. They have under different ownership. Some of that's IDA, some of it's personal.
Didn't they say they were going to merge the lots though?
I think so. Yes.
I thought we were merging the lots as per this application, so that we could move forward, like I had said. But if they're not the same owner, then definitely not. But let me just see here. Sorry, I'm looking at the agenda from last week. Give me 1 second. Educational bus transport. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has all the lots involved in the application. So I'm just going off of that for now. If you'd like to give us a week and we could look at the ownership or check the conditions of the approval. But
yeah, that'd be good, Brian, if you could do that, and then we'll make sure we got it right.
yeah, you know what I do? Probably before this hearing is over, I can check the resolution, which would have the merging language. If you guys would like to give me 2 minutes, I could definitely do that, or we could wait till next week.
Oh.
You have other stuff. You have other stuff. You got other stuff to work on. I got you.
Hey, go.
Give me 2. I'll race you.
Get it down.
Well, then moving on to 20-62, we have Linzer Products Corp. This property is located in Wyandanch. The zoning office just received an email late this afternoon. They were unable to confirm whether or not that communication had been presented to the board when this was originally heard. So I'm going to recommend that the board continue to reserve this so we can make sure that that applicant's concerns are noted by the board if this is the first time you're hearing them.
Okay.
If approved, this was going to be subject to covenants and restrictions for property maintenance. So there will be additional correspondence coming on this application next week.
Hey, I was going over this one. What do they do here anyway? I for some reason, like.
Didn't they say something about paint rollers?
Yeah, something like that.
Painting material, painting equipment, I think.
Well, brushes, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Why is, I don't know.
So if you'd like, we can move on.
On to here.
Wait, real quick, I got an answer for you.
Okay.
Like, they all are proposed to be merged as per the resolution of the approval of the planning board job. So I think we can treat these as one, and however you'd like to move forward.
What was their, it's expiring in January. How long was their term before that?
It was, I believe, 3 years.
Okay.
Want to move that one, John? Tom?
Yeah, I will move to approve application 20-65 for a period of 3 years. They have all their, once we do this, they have all their necessary approvals?
Yes, they have
Yeah,
received planning board approval.
Okay.
Sorry.
So why don't we do it 3 years from the CO?
I'm sorry, Kate?
3 years from the CO, they have to do work
Yeah.
on it.
3 years
Sounds
from the date of the issuance of this CO.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to continue to hold Lindsay, which takes us to accepting the minutes of July 9th.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of July 9, 2020 as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And then for your reading pleasure, we have the minutes of July 23rd. Thank you, Colleen, for the fast turnaround. And that concludes our meeting.
Perfect.
All right. Good job, everybody.
All right.
Very nice.
Good
night, everyone.
Everybody next
Would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Good night.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you in August.
Yeah.
True.